The finals just got a brand new patch, 3.3. We also have a ton of brand new developer updates, going on several different things on the back end as well as the game's future. We'll also go over some of the older stuff that is finally getting addressed. We have some really cool significant things with the new store skins, as well as a whole bunch more. What's up, world? It's Utopia back in with another video. Today we're checking out all things the final. Okay, so as always, let's just jump right into the patch notes. We'll get into all the details there. Starting out though, we'll go with Oscar's opening statement and then jump over to the patch notes. So here we have Oscar going over saying that update 3.3 is now live, and they are also now introducing the Ruby rank. Ruby is an exclusive rank for the very best of the best, as it's only available for the top 500 players in the world. And unlike the other ranks, the Ruby rewards will only be fully rewarded at the end of the season. So you have to make sure you're within those top 500 positions when the season ends. So even if you do get top 500 sometime during the season, you have to maintain that position all the way to the end of the season. Next up, he went on here to say that they also have a stacked store update featuring the Orf backpack. Make sure you check it out very closely. So it could be some future hints there. And additionally, they do have some bug fixes thrown in, for example, the broken melee and shotgun contracts, but that does cover it on Oscar's end of the opening statement. Now over on the patch notes, the opening statement is actually really similar to what Oscar put out, so I will skip over that and just go over the patch notes. These are a bit of a shorter one here. They're all under the content and bug fixes. For game modes, again, they did introduce that Ruby rank into ranked terminal attack that has now been enabled. There's a new section here, tutorial for new players. Will now play a tutorial that corresponds to the first game mode they decided to try out, which I think is pretty cool there. So it's going to help players kind of be introduced to that and figure out what's going on there. I'm especially glad that they pulled back from terminal attack there and kind of now have it where anybody can play whatever they want, and even more so now because now when you do try to play any of the modes that you want to select when you're first trying out the game, they will give you a tutorial there. It's going to be super helpful for future and new players. Under the UI section, we have a bunch of changes here. For contracts, again, they fixed that quick melee and shotgun marksman contracts that were not working. I know we discussed that in a previous video. The weekend contracts will now be removed when the weekend ends. The weekend contracts text will only be visible on the World Tour tile when available. And they also hid the timer for elapsed stages of the World Tour. Under the map section here, we only had one change, where for a destruction bug here, they did fix an issue that could cause the wrong simulation behavior in some situations. Seems like this applies to all maps, but I'm guessing this mostly applies to Kyoto, as that one's kind of had more of the issues there with some of the simulations, but this could apply to everything. Now again, with this new update, we did get a brand new store update. They showed off a bunch of new cosmetics. Obviously, we have that new Orf backpack that was data mined this week. That's called the handheld hero pack. We have the new luminous riot skin, brand new skin bundle for the AKM, the M11, and the flamethrower. We also have a really cool MP5 skin here called the schematic sketches set. There's actually some significance about this that Reddit has pointed out. So apparently when you do inspect this weapon, it actually does give you the blueprint for it. So just like the weapon skin itself having kind of a blueprint skin over it, it actually shows you the blueprint once you inspect and gives you some wording there and some labeling. Just a really cool extra detail there, and Bark always does go above and beyond with their skin. Jumping over, we have a ton of developer updates. They've been super active today. We have a ton of stuff to go over there. So first up, we do have some updates here from Dusty. So in one of my previous videos, we talked about a FAMAS skin and the 150 multi-bucks that people were getting through emails. Everyone should have got this at the start of the season. I know some people said they didn't get it even when they checked their spam filter. However, we do have an update from Dust here. They went over to say that they should all be out now and that you should check your spam email. So be sure, again, if you didn't get that email before, go ahead and check your spam or junk section of your email. And hopefully by now, everybody that didn't receive the email has gotten those out. Again, a decent FAMAS skin and that 150 multi-bucks. And we also have some updates around the ARC situation as well as finals in general. Some people believe that the focus has shifted from the finals to ARC. However, we do have some clarification there, especially from Dusty. Again, someone mentioned here saying their focus is on ARC, where Dusty said that they have two separate and fully stacked dev teams for ARC and the final. So Dusty's and the rest of the team at Embark that is working on the finals, their focus is always on the final. So it has never shifted, has never changed there, and their development for the finals will always be on that. So it is good to note there that they always are focused on the finals and they have a dedicated team toward that. There's also been some discussion on the anti-cheat as well as what's going on in that situation. Dusty did clarify here saying that the anti-cheat team is actually a rather large team. and they work around the clock. Again, this has been a big topic here. I know I've gone on over it several times. People wanted me to cover it. Every video game to ever be made has always had this problem. It doesn't matter if it's Valorant or Warzone with their kernel level anti-cheats. They still have a cheating problem, and it is still massive over there. Again, they're going to be in a race back and forth. I'm still glad they have a team that's dedicated for this. Obviously, they just can't give up on that stuff because of what's going on. But yeah, it's always going to be a cat and mouse race there. Hopefully in the coming weeks, months, and years, it does eventually get better and better. Jumping over, we actually have a ton of updates from Oscar. Now, he did actually clarify more on Dusty's statement here. So apparently they did have some people from ARC help as they launched, but they're obviously back on the ARC team. So we might see some of that shift when ARC does launch, but they'll be back with the finals. Again, they always have the dedicated team there for the finals, so I wouldn't worry too much there. But we might see a slight shift as the ARC does launch. Again, we have no idea when that game is going to launch, so that could be a ways away, and I wouldn't worry too much on that. Also, yes, this update was a bit smaller, but that's because they were at TwitchCon. So apparently there are some TwitchCon exclusive game cosmetics. Wasn't able to find anything here. We do have a poster talking about that, but they didn't explain what they were. Oscar does clarify here that they're going to work on that sometime today. We'll have to wait and see what those cosmetics are, and if you guys find anything, let me know. We also have some news with the finals game mode. So for the longest time, even during the Season 3 preview, that finals mode has been kind of locked over on the World Tour tab. Oscar does say here, and he puts the soon TM emote. Looks like, again, that's going to be coming out sometime soon. We'll have to see what that is. Also, jumping over here, if you are one of the t-shirt winners from one of those events or the community events, they are finally getting those out. They sent out 25 t-shirts on Thursday. Seems like they have been doing a bit of catch-up work there. I still wonder what the plans are with the merch stuff. It seems like maybe that's been a bit delayed. Thought they said that merch stuff was going to come out sometime soon, but we'll have to wait and see on that stuff. Which I think maybe why they weren't able to send out t-shirts, because they wanted to do the merch store anyways. It seems like there's just been some delays there, so again, hopefully they do give us some updates in the future. We also have some considerations for an Osbooze drink. I've actually had someone in my DMs contacting me about an Osbooze drink that might be potentially happening. I've been waiting for them to contact me on further details there, but they've had some tweets and stuff going around about this happening. So this individual on Discord messaged me here saying they got a pretty big project in the works. They also let me know that Osbooze is actually a Creative Commons license, meaning it can be commercially sold without credit or permission there, so that's actually kind of cool. At first I was skeptical about this because I didn't know about the Creative Commons license for it. I figured this was licensed under Embark. However, they do allow you to actually produce products with this. They currently have a team of 4 people, and they've been working over the last few months to get this working. They even reached out to Embark, and Embark thought the idea was admirable as well. They wanted me to help spread the word there with that, so we might be seeing an Osbooze can eventually. Again, I'll let you guys know on that stuff. We also had a tweet here that kind of referenced that. Again, I'm not sure if this is the same people or if this is a different organization here. They said they're a large fan of the finals, and they have a team working together to make the real Osbooze flavored gamer subs. So again, this might be coincidental, this might be a different team working on it, but it seems like a lot of people want to get an Osbooze drink out there. When I have something more concrete, I'll be sure to cover it more fully, but I figured I'd let you guys know there might be something in the works there. Also, a last minute mentionable here is about the frog onesie. I still think we might get it sometime soon. Oscar does keep teasing about it. He said here that he might do a live stream in a frog onesie. I thought we were going to get a community event this week, but with the TwitchCon stuff, I think we'll get it next week or the week after that. I think it's going to coincide with that. Again, that's just my speculation. I don't have any concrete evidence to prove that, but they do keep teasing it. So for those that keep asking, that's the best I have for you. Overall, that's shit about cover for today's video. If you like and subscribe, and until the next one. Deuces.